What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another breakdown of Powerbook 4 Season 3, Episode 2. In this video, let's talk about the previous episode, Juan Miguel and Mireya confront each other. She threatened him that she's going to let Che know who really killed his son Armando. And that can also bring up heat on Miguel should he test her little sister, guys. Most people didn't notice that in the same episode, Mireya asked both Tommy and Miguel to promise her something that both couldn't. Vic also finds himself in a situation where Diamond tells him they have found a snitch Tommy and Diamond plan on finding a move for Vic since they now own him. They get the news that Mirkovic is found dead, so they have to move fast and supply where the Serbs were filling before Miguel does. They want Che to know everything is cool, but deep down they want to take him down. The federal agent Stacy Marks wants to forget about everything and bring Egan down and land a win since they have Roberto Ortega from the Marquez cartel, Claudia Flynn, and Radovan Mirkovic. And they got to know that Mirkovic was dead and found that Claudia was attacked, and later convinced her the attack on her life was Tommy's plan, and they can get a deal to take the Marquez cartel out. Shanti wants to know what's going on. He laid his plan where he wants a place for Mirkovic and insists Shanti lays low. She later plans with Janard that they can do things by themselves by giving Kilo, who is Diamond, and Tommy the task of protecting D-Mac. We all know how Tommy hates snitches, right from Power, New York to the Force, Chicago. Tommy told Vic that there is no Flynn that is innocent. He wants Vic to visit Claudia and let her know that CBI is running the Viagra triangle. Tommy wants to push him to level and use on all sides. Diamond insists that they let Che know, but Egan wants him to understand that he knows it was Claudia that sent the cartel after them. Tommy said it himself. He said he's not the type you shoot and miss. So then, Tommy's plan to take out Miguel is still a goal. Vic visits Claudia at the jail and informs her that Tommy and CBI are taking over the Viagra triangle. Claudia says the club belongs to her. They both know what Tommy is capable of since Ortega couldn't finish the job, and he knows. Now that scene in the promo now reveals that Tommy and Diamond light their warehouse so they come crawling to them. Marshall tells D-Mac how he's been behaving lately when Tommy comes knocking hard and searches for D-Mac. I am pretty sure he is sure the title was for him. Since he wants a seat at the table, D-Mac says he's out of CBI, and Egan tells him how sorry he is, but he's going to thank him one day. But D-Mac has a plan where he continues to figure out his next plan. Stacy was served with divorce, which can also create another division towards her goal. Janard approaches Shanti about hearing a word on a street that someone wants to take her out. She later asks about D-Mac, and he says he's cool for now. They are also planning to get to Che through Diamond and convince him to spend time with them. That's their way. After Tommy hangs out with Mireya, there is a drive-by shooting, which I think is Ortega. Bones gets shot but was later helped by Mireya. Janard tries to spend time with Tommy, who tells him he's not invited. Stacy later meets with Claudia, where she assures her that she can get her everything to take Tommy down. She assured her if things go sideways, she will spend time behind bars. Tommy tells Vic to visit Stacy. She asked why Shanti hasn't been taken out since Tommy knows she is the snitch. Vic leads Stacy to a different gate, where he says Tommy got bigger enemies like the Marquez cartel who attacked Tommy in the day. Since Tommy is not going to let that go, his target will be getting Ortega out of the picture. Stacy plans to make that tough for Tommy to get Diamond having this hallucination with Janard behind him. He says he'll be better if D-Mac is dead. They both talk, and Janard tells Diamond to set Tommy straight. Now his plan with Shanti is what he tries to pull off by saying, how can they be burning down things without him, when he's part of CBI when it is business? Diamond tells his brother to get intel on Marquez so they can be quiet and expect the Albanians to call, where they don't get any details, falling back on them. Janard then asks when they're meeting with Che. You see, he's trying to confuse his brother by getting something. He starts to ask about Tommy's relationship with Mireya. Diamond asks when he's going to get his D-Mac job done. Miguel attacks Tommy and blames him for setting fire to his products. D-Mac raids a club and gets away with the stash and Marshall. Claudia gets a visit from Elise. Claudia asks her for assistance and talks of her business with Tommy and Shanti when she gets a plan. She wants Elise to step up and run before they're forced out. when she refused to work with them. Tommy instructs Vic to find a way to get to Stacy, where he informs Tommy that she wants to run for Mayor D-Mac, and Marshall returns with their stash they raided from the Chinatown bar. Jennard gets to them, D-Mac fills him inside with a product, and Jay tells him that a lot are going on, so he's supposed to lay low and trust the process. Tommy meets with the Albanians for talks, when the requests that they hope Miguel won't be the problem. Vic goes ahead to visit his mum. His mother said Flynns always don't give up, they find a way. Who is easier to leverage, and who is the weakest to Vic? Don't forget earlier that when he was dropped in the water, Tommy told him he shouldn't forget that, when he turns left, he's going to pay the old lady a visit. Elsie and Shanti meets again, when they both talk about the Viagra triangle without her. And here Shanti is trying to put in efforts. He's filling in something that she feels it's gone work. And at the club, there's this Lady Jasmine filing her pockets where Elsie couldn't handle the situation that lands Shanti in to cover up her problem. Diamond and Tommy gets to Mateo to call his boss Ortega at the Solitary. In the call, he tells Tommy on phone that he's a dead man, whilst Tommy cancels Christmas on Mateo Planners, having a time together when Shanti asks about how things went with Jennard at D-Max. Meanwhile, he failed to tell her what he did, and it seems Jennard also wants to play some kind of game here. Shanti tells Jennard that he wants to roll together, and Jay told her about the Che meeting. He then tells her about some fentanyl from the Asian group. Shanti told her, one more time it's her or the needle. Stacy late at work when his partner pops in for some talks about their marriage. Will Vic get something better this to distract her? Or use the divorce? Should this get on, it's literally gonna disrupt her work and everything. Let's see how it goes. Vic connects to a lady at the bar called Ray Thompson. We will be seeing where this goes. Miguel connects to a hit and wants a job done. He wants Tommy Egan gone. Tommy shows his crew about the hit from Marquez Cartel. This reminds me when he said, when you miss, Jennard interrupts when Tommy asks him to talk. Who is the motherfucker in the colliation? He's trying to play a game where he calls out Tommy being a problem. Tommy promised Diamond about Che, not finding out about Mateo's head. Now wrapping up, Tommy finally gets to a love Mireya at his place. He gets a text from JP about her mum Kate checking out herself from the hospital and returned to New York. We all know the history between Tommy and Kate from Power. In the end, Chavo gets shots from a drive-by. Leave in the comments who is the dude with the tattoos. In my other video, I will explain possible events that might happen in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe and like my video.